This video will demonstrate how to use VirtualBox on Windows 7 64-bit. I'm running a version of Linux called Point Linux. And once we've done all this and get everything installed, you can download just about everything in Linux that you can on Windows for the most part when it comes to the software that we use. So in this example, I'm using FLdigi, and I'm using paddles. And you see this icon up here, so we're going to go into pulse volume control. Look at the input, and it's been muted. So we'll unmute it, and when this meter should light up now. So one way we use to test this is Mumble's own recording control, this red button here. So we've already done this. Just name the file, tell it where to put it, and usually puts it in Documents. Hit Start. Send with FLdigi, send with your paddles, which I've already done. Then we're going to pull up a program called Audacity, which again has a Linux version. And this is the paddles. That's FLdigi. So let's look at the spectrum, and we'll compare it to the paddles. Kind of gives you an idea of what the spectrum looks like on your Morse. Let's take a look at the DIT on the paddles. So that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at it on FLdigi. Of course, FLdigi always constructs a perfect DIT. Very good program. So that's what it looks like at 4 milliseconds. The paddles are about 5 or 6 milliseconds. So it's a little bit different, and the speed's slightly different. And let's take a listen to what the recording sounded like. So we're going to use Thunar. Go to Documents, and there it is. Let's take a listen. That was FLdigi. Now the paddles. So that's what you would sound like on Mumble to anyone that was listening when you do this recording button like that and test it experimentally, just to see how your settings are doing. So in the volume control, we're using some features of PulseAudio, where we simulcast on both the loopback and the normal sound card that VirtualBox uses. So that's on Mumble recording, we're doing the monitor of the loopback. So to get the paddles in there, we have PulseAudio's own loopback, which was in the PulseAudio video in this series. And there's the loopback, PulseAudio's own loopback. So we're going to take it on the recording tab. We're going to take it from the mic input, which they call built-in audio analog. And we're going to find it on this side. There's the loopback, and we're going to send it to the loopback. So we're taking PulseAudio's own loopback from the mic jack, and we're going to send it to the alsa loopback. That's where Mumble is listening. Mumble is just using PulseAudio as its default. So no biggie there. The PulseAudio volume control is very helpful to set up everything. So if I set FLdigi, it could be just to that one, then it would only be heard in the sound card, and it wouldn't go to the Mumble input. So we do a simulcast, and that's done in the preferences, PulseAudio preferences. You have to download this. Just click just click this check mark where add virtual output device. So that sends it to these devices that are listed here. And the one we're looking for is this alsa loopback that already comes with Linux. So these are like virtual audio cables. But these are already installed in Linux in the kernel. So you can just bring them up. And this is not a tutorial on how to do all this. It's just a showcase to show you that it's pretty easy to set up VirtualBox to test out some Linux software to set up this ICW Internet Morse. And we're using CW keyboard, paddles, and all seems to be working pretty well. And it's going to my Windows sound card and my Windows operating system from VirtualBox. I found Point Linux to be very easy on my system and very fast, so that's why I'm using it. But there are quite a few to choose from. There's a plethora of Linux distros out there, so just pick one that you're interested in, give it a try in VirtualBox, and download Mumble and FLdigi, and see how it goes. See what you think. PulseAudio has these 2 meters, so this is the mic jack. That's how much volume's coming into the mic jack, and this is how much is going to the sound card. All seems to be pretty good. And another feature that I like on VirtualBox is seamless mode. So if we go down here, we'll get out of seamless mode. I'll show you what that's about. So now it's just in its own box. And that's my normal Windows. And I took out the icons, but there's my icons. So we'll bring VirtualBox back. Let's go back into seamless mode. And this lets you incorporate with your Windows and your Linux all at the same time. So at the top we have the Linux menu system. Right over here is lets you keep an eye on the CPU. There's Mumble. There's the sound card. Ethernet, battery power, calendar. This is the on-off, restart. You have preferences. We're using the Mate version of Point Linux. This is the additionals, which helps to get the seamless mode engaged. We also have a couple other things here we brought in from the Linux, the ebook and QRQ from Fabian. And that's done through Synaptic Package Manager. This is where all the software is located that you can. There's amateur radio. And there's quite a bit already in here that you can take a look at. Gives you a chance to test out Linux, give it a test run before you commit to installing on your own computer hard drive as a dual boot, or just to totally convert to a Linux distro and give it a try for a while. And there's ways to get more software in here too through the repositories. And you can, again, this is not a tutorial on how to do this, it's just showcasing that it can be done. And there's the repositories that I'm using for this demonstration. So that's an easy way to test out the Internet Morse software for ICW using Linux and VirtualBox on your Windows computer. Thanks again for watching.